What's going on, guys? TTL here. Going to go over my top 4 NFL plays for tonight. It's Thursday night football, guys. I'm so happy to say that. It's the first Thursday night football of the year, and football's back. I'm very happy to say that, guys. We're going to see a ton of profit this football season. Really quick before we get into the plays, there are some things I want to do. First off, I said I'm going to give a month free VIP to someone that left a comment. Gonna do the same thing in this video, so make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. It looks like there were quite a few comments on this last video, so I really do appreciate all the support, guys. It looks like there's 31 unique commenters, and let's go ahead and get that winner picked. And it looks like Sterling Baker 2992. I love your breakdown. I love your comment, brother. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the support. Go ahead and join the free Discord. The link is in the description. And just open up a support ticket. You'll see the area to do so. Let me know, hey man, I won the month free of VIP, and I'll get that added for you. You can find all the VIP props in the Discord afterwards. We do PrizePicks, UnderDog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Betr, and Sportsbook bets. So definitely take advantage of that. The only other thing I really want to say before we get started, guys, for the next 30 seconds, I do own a company called PredictiveProfits.ai. It's up almost 100 units in a little over a month. Highly recommend it. If you are even on edge about this NFL season, on edge about sportsbook bets, you can join this. It gives you the top sportsbook bets based off of 25,000 simulations per game, based off of an advanced algorithm that I programmed completely by myself. So highly recommend it, guys. And then the only other thing is UnderDog. If you sign up to UnderDog Fantasy using code TTL or the link in the pinned comment, you get a 100 or you get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. Plus, they've been having tons of promos. Today's is Thursday 30, so you get a 30% profit boost token whenever you that you can use on any of your plays. Make it a little 30% extra juice on your slip. So definitely recommend using that. Again, guys, use code TTL for that deposit bonus up to $1,000. And let's get into our Thursday night football plays. Really, really excited to have them here, guys. And as always, we're going to use Outlier for our research. So let's get started. So our first Thursday night football and NFL play of the year is going to be Travis Kelce. And I know this is a very popular play. I think this is the second most popular play on the board. I'm actually going to check. I'm pretty sure. It is the second most popular play on the board. Well, third if you count the 0.5 passing yards for Caleb Williams. But it is the top played play for Thursday night, for tonight. So we're taking Travis Kelce over 60.5 receiving yards with 77.8 thousand people taking this so far today. People are so excited for Thursday night football. So people are so excited for football to be back. Me included, though. Everyone in my Discord is so excited, guys. Again, you can go join that by clicking the Patreon link in the description. $20 a month. But Travis Kelce over 60.5 receiving yards. I think he's going to soar over this. And let's go ahead and head over to Outlier and take a look at this. So we can take a look. Travis Kelce right here. Over 60.5 receiving yards. And obviously, we're going to go off of last season stats. All we can go based off of. He doesn't have any stats of this year. But over his last 5, he went over in 4 out of 5 with a median of 75, an average of 74 receiving yards. And we can see bro was just killing it. 2023, he went over in 58% of games, 11 of 19 games. And we can see when we can scroll down over his last 5, he had a 74.2 receiving yard per game average. The Chiefs' pass versus run rate, we can see 60% of plays are passing compared to 40% running. And we can see he has the highest target percentage with 20.2%. The only one that is even close, the only person that's even close is Rashee Rice with 17%. But he had 121 targets last season, 20.2% target percentage. Absolutely love this. We can see his receptions and targets right here. He's getting around 10 targets per game. Really depends on the game. Some games he's getting 4 or 5, but most games he's getting close to 9 or 10 targets per game. And it looks like he's catching most of those. He's getting an 80% catch rate. So 6.6 receptions per game with 8.3 targets on average total. But I do think these are a little bit of outliers with 4 and 5 right here. I think if he's going to get 9 or 10 targets, he's going to catch 8 or 9 of those. So with 8 or 9 receptions, I think he's definitely going to go over the 60.5 receiving yard line. I think he's going for 90 plus personally today. His demon, if we go take a look at that, I'm actually not sure what that is right now, but his demon is 84.5. So that is somewhere that if you're wanting to risk it, you could take the Travis Kelce demon at 84.5. I would definitely be willing to do that. The Ravens receiving yard defense, 8th in the league, 218.6 receiving yards allowed versus tight ends that's lessened. They're 12th, allowing around 50, 47, 48 receiving yards allowed per game. But obviously, it's a new season. We don't really know exactly how the defenses are going to match up, but that's how they typically perform. I'm loving Travis Kelce no matter what tonight. So let's lock it in and let's move on to our second play of the day. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, though, it feels so good talking about football again. But next up, we have the rookie, Xavier Worthy, 45.5 receiving yards. I'm taking the over. And guys, I'm really excited to see him in tonight's game. Should get plenty of usage, I think, anyways. His line's 45.5. He put up some great numbers previously. So I'm loving this. His first game in the NFL. And I think that he is going to show out and just show people what he's made of. So we can take a look at him on Outlier. But again, he's actually not even on Outlier, is he? Yeah, he's not even on Outlier. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and just Google so I can at least pull up some stats. Draft and Combine. Don't want to play that video. Here. So we can see Xavier Worthy, wide receiver from Texas. And we can see production score. He got an 81 on his production score in the Combine, which is ranked 5th in the 2024 Combine. He got first in his athleticism score with a 98, and he got 3rd for his total. His 40-yard dash was the best, I think, of the Combine, like ever, with 4.21 seconds. And the dude is just a monster. I am super, super excited to see him tonight for his first NFL game. His prospect grade 6.29. And I'm just loving this. So I'm loving this spot for us tonight. Xavier Worthy. I don't know if many people are going to be on him or not. And it could be a risky play just because obviously it's his first NFL game. In my opinion, he's going to show out. But obviously some people could have the exact opposite opinion and they could think that the jitters are going to get to him and he's just not going to perform well because it's his first league game. But I think he shows out tonight. I'm going to take his over 45.5 receiving yards. And let's move on to our third play of the day, which is going to be Zay Flowers over 53.5 receiving yards. This is another popular play today. 24.3 thousand people have taken this so far. And this is on the opposite end of that game. It's the Ravens this time. And I am absolutely loving this as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Zay Flowers over 53.5 receiving. Over his last 10, he's went over in 5 of 10 in the head-to-head matchup. He went over in the one game versus the Chiefs back in January last season. He got 115 receiving yards that game, which is phenomenal. Last season, he went over in 10 of 18 games, 56%. In away games, he went over in 50%, 4 of 8, with 72 in his last game away. We can see he's averaging 7.3 targets per game with right around 5 receptions per game. So if he can get 9, 10 targets today, we can expect 7, 8 receptions. He has failed to exceed this in 4 of his last 5 games on the road, but that doesn't really worry me. The Ravens are 50-50 with pass rate and run rate. Really just depends. Obviously, if they get down early on, they're going to want to pass the ball more. That's just how football works. Zay Flowers is by a pretty large margin the highest target percentage for the Ravens. He had 108 targets last year with a 22.7% target percentage. So, I mean, I'm loving him today. The Chiefs receiving yard defense are fourth in the league, 197.2 receiving yards allowed versus wide receivers, 124.6. So they are very, very tight on their defense, but I think Zay Flowers is able to get this today. If you want to feel more comfortable with this pick, you could always take the Goblin at 39.5, I believe. 39.5. If that just makes you feel more comfortable, I 100% think he gets that. And obviously other people do too. This was at 34.5 earlier today, but for 39.5, I definitely think he gets that. His regular line of 53.5, I still think he goes over this as well. I have him projected for right around 68 to 70. So I'm loving this matchup for him. Let's lock it in. Let's move on to our fourth and final play of the day. And this might be one some people have talked about. It might be one that no one has really talked about. But it's going to be Derrick Henry over 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns. You can also take his rushing attempts. I believe it's at 15.5. It may have bumped to 16 now. But I'm loving his rushing attempts, and I'm loving his rushing receiving touchdowns. Derrick Henry is just a monster. He was a monster last year, and I do believe he's going to continue being a monster into this year. So let's go ahead and take a look at his stats. Let's look him up. So we can take a look. Oh, right here. There's his over 15.5 rushing attempts. You can look at that one as well. But I'm personally going to go with the touchdowns. So let's go ahead and find that on here. If we can. I apologize. I'm having some trouble finding it. Over 0.5 touchdowns right here. So we can't see over his last 10. He's went over in 6 of 10. In 2023, he went over in 9 of 17 games. Absolutely loving this. His average was 0.71. His median was 1. And we can see he's getting around 2 red zone attempts per game. So, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving our odds here. We can see, again, 50-50 pass and run rate. The Chiefs' defense, as always, as just mentioned, they have a very tight defense. Third in the league, touchdowns against 1.9 versus running backs. They're 8th, allowing 0.6 per game. We can take a look right here. Where's it at? There we go. Red zone rushing attempts. Obviously, we're not going to see anything for Derrick Henry because he's on a new team. I personally, this is one of those areas where you kind of just have to put in some guesswork. With him being on a new team, he did great on the Titans. So I believe he will have a very large red zone rushing attempt percentage. Just rushing attempts in general. I do believe that Derrick Henry is going to be their go-to running back. So I'm definitely loving this play today. Let's go ahead and take it. Derrick Henry over 0.5 touchdowns today. This is including both rushing and receiving on the very off chance that he gets a receiving touchdown. But I'm loving Derrick Henry in his rushing attempts, maybe even his rushing yards, and definitely his over 0.5 touchdowns. What is his rushing yards at today? That could definitely be another play that you could look at. His rushing receiving is 76.5, which isn't terrible. 65.5 rushing yards, though. I do like that a little bit more. Again, he's on the new team, so we'll see how he performs. But I think he's going to keep on killing it. And I'm loving the rushing attempts. It looks like it is 16 now, not 15.5. But I'm loving his rushing attempts still, as well as his 0.5 touchdowns. So go ahead and take his over, guys. Lock it in. Let's go 4 for 4 for our first NFL game of the season. Thank you guys for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. Share the love, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment so I can pick one of you to win a free month of VIP in tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's kill NFL today, and I'll see you next video.